ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
In 2016, I was working at the Amazon warehouse when my brother passed away, and a couple of years later, my mother passed away. After taking care of them, I knew that I really wanted to become a nurse. Amazon helped me with training and tuition. Today, I'm a medical assistant, and I'm studying to become a registered nurse. Hindi ko kayo makakalimutan.
What does it take to make it? In the race to succeed, does somebody always have to fail? We've got to start lifting each other up and give everybody a fair shot. Because when that happens, we've all made it.
Train your mind. Train your game. Because your only limits are the ones you put on yourself.
Grill's the heart of the kitchen. Grill's the heart of the kitchen. It's where the magic happens. This is where we're making the food. It all comes together here. We season it, we grill it, and it tastes great. That's my favorite part, laying it down. Listen to that sizzle.
Not all 5G networks are created equal. When it comes to 5G, T-Mobile is the right play. T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, most reliable 5G network.
Is someone trying to steal your Butterfinger? Call the BFI. No one lays a finger on your Butterfinger.
Some like you to think they still build the best trucks. But according to just about anybody who's handing out a trophy, Ram currently builds the best trucks. So if you're shopping for a truck today, here it is. If you're shopping in the past, well, good luck with that. Ram, the top brand in new vehicle quality in the entire automotive industry.
Get 0% financing for 72 months on select Ram 1500 models or $3,550 in total values on Ram 1500 Bighorn.
6G. Network.
Angie's List is now Angie, and it's easier than ever to get your projects done right. With Angie, you can connect with top pros and see ratings and reviews. And when you book and pay through Angie, you're covered by our happiness guarantee. Check out Angie.com today. Angie, and done.
Welcome to Monday Night Postgame, presented by Abbott. I'm Scott Van Pelt. The Packers and the Lions close early. Rodgers gets red hot. Lions unable to keep up, and the Packers win 35-17. Ryan Clark's been breaking down the tape. He'll show you the adjustments that Rodgers made to get things cooking in that second half as they tried to beat that rainstorm that's moving its way towards Lambeau. And this is a live look. Aaron Rodgers making his way over. He'll be speaking with Lisa Salters. Aaron Jones had a big 4-touchdown night. That's a real thing. I know a lot of fantasy folks were interested in that, as were some on that late pass to the end zone. But Jones and Rodgers both getting ready for Lisa, I guess. Let's let them sort out who gets the headset. We'll go from there.
I'm ready when you are, Scott.
All right, Lisa Salters, it's all you.
Thank you very much. Aaron, just what felt different to you tonight? First, are you an I told you so kind of guy?
No, the rhythm was good. We got the ball to our playmakers, like this guy. Last week we were really disjointed on offense. The first half was the same way, but the second half we came out, got into a better rhythm, got a turnover, and put the game away.
Yeah, you talked about this guy, 4 touchdowns. Just what was working for him, the connection you guys had that enabled him to have that kind of a night?
It was just kind of the way they were playing. They were trying to take away Devontae, playing a lot of too high. He had matchups on linebackers for a lot of the game. So, Matt dialed up some good schematic plays, and then he just made a bunch of plays on his own.
Now, just like last week, just one game, but how important was it to get right tonight?
I mean, it's one game. We're 1-1 now.
Mm-hmm.
We're 1-0 in division, so we feel good about things, but it's early.
Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it.
All right.
Aaron, I know that this is your first game here at Lambeau without your dad. Just how much was he on your heart tonight?
He was really on my heart. I actually have a chain with a football, and his ashes are in it. I scored, and it fell off in the end zone, so I'll go look for it, but I know he's happy. He'd be happy. He was like, if you lose it anywhere, lose it in the end zone. So.
You haven't found it?
I have it. The grounds crew was looking for it, though. So.
Oh, we got to go get
we'll
that.
Find it. We'll find it.
Just when did you know it was going to be your night?
From, I guess, when we first came out. I like to say when I woke up this morning, I try to make every day my day, but, just coming out here, our coach in warm-ups said I could feel the energy. It's going to be a great day.
What do you think Pops would have said to you after a 4-touchdown performance like this?
I think he'd be very proud of me. Tell me continue to work. This is only the beginning. Continue to stack success and be humble but be proud.
All right, thanks, Aaron. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much.
And again, our condolences on the loss of your dad.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Good to see you.
Scott, back to you.
There's a lot of beauty in those thoughts right there, man. That's the good stuff. Really, really good stuff. All right, some context on this night. 3 things on this one, starting with Jones, who scored not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 of Green Bay's 5 touchdowns. We've got to find that man's chain. That ties the most in a game in the history of Lambeau Field, as well as the most in a single game Monday Night Football. As is well documented, the Packers were coming off a loss. They're now 7-0 off a loss since Matt LaFleur took over in 2019, making them the only team in the National Football League without consecutive regular season losses over that span. Meanwhile, their NFC North rivals from Detroit fall to 0-10 in games that were not started by Matthew Stafford over the last 10 seasons, and he's got a new home now. Detroit's last win in a game not started by Stafford, Week 17, back in 2010. That was Sean Hill. He's a Terp, for those that are interested in such things. Louis Riddick and Brian Greasy join us as they do every Monday night. And men, sometimes you play the perfect opponent on the perfect stage at the perfect time. And for Green Bay, I think Detroit was that tonight. Brian, how much did the results, and specifically the results of Aaron Rodgers tonight, mirror what you expected to see?
Well, Scott, maybe they didn't think they were the right opponent in the first half. They were down 17-14, and Detroit was giving them all they could handle. I felt like Detroit came out and they were ready to play. But I think it works in the favor of Green Bay, and in particular of Aaron Rodgers, to know that this was a team that just didn't come out and lay down for them. They came out and fought, and they had to find another gear in the second half. And when they came out in the third quarter, after that, they had 4 consecutive scoring drives, touchdown drives, and they averaged 60 yards in each one of those drives. So I felt like they had to overcome. For Aaron Rodgers, I never got the sense, Scott, that it was going to be panic. I never got the sense that it was going to be everybody freaking out. He just had to play his game, and he understood the matchups that he had. He got the ball to his playmakers, especially Adams and Aaron Jones in the second half.
Yeah, there's no doubt that as this game wore on, Matt LaFleur, the head coach and play caller for the Packers, got a good feel for what Detroit was trying to do and what Aaron Glenn, the defensive coordinator, was trying to do to make sure that they would limit the explosive plays, and he really exploited them in the middle of the field. Short, intermediate passing game, some very opportunistic screens, and the backs, and Aaron Jones, right? And Aaron Rodgers talked about that he got Aaron matched up on some linebackers in some situations, and Robert Tonyan against, Alec Anzalone for a touchdown in a situation where, look, that's supposed to result in 6, and that's exactly what happened. And for Detroit, look, the wheels just fell off in the second half as far as turnovers were concerned, providing Green Bay with short fields. They lost Melifanu out on the corner. They're shorthanded, and they know that their margin for error is slim and none. Dan Campbell told us that. And then when Aaron Rodgers heats up and they get a beat on you, you know it can probably start snowballing pretty quickly, and that's what happened. They still have some work to do. The Packers, though, they got back on track the way they wanted to, offensively anyway.
I want to close with a thought on the Lions in a moment. But first, Louis, I'll give you the first crack at this thought. It is just one week, just as it was just 1 week last week. And you all alluded to the game with San Francisco next Sunday night. It's a big one. But how much does a performance like this allow everybody, even in that locker room, to exhale, flush week 1, and have their eyes entirely faced forward on week 3?
Yeah, if I was sitting in that locker room, I'd be saying, look, we're 0-0 right now. We're starting the season again, okay? We can just treat that game as the 4th preseason game like some people try to and say, okay, now let's go. Now let's gear up against this team that we know has been a nemesis of ours, that we know is going to play at an even higher level than the Detroit Lions. Offensively, I wasn't shocked that this team found its footing as the game went on. I'm still not convinced defensively they will be able to handle the test against high-powered offenses that can sustain a level of performance for 60 minutes. We're going to find out, though.
They might not have to, though, Lewis. With this offense, they have to carry them. And they're going to give up 25 to 30 points a game, and the offense is going to have to outscore. But I think, Scott, to answer your question, I think this was an opportunity for them to reset how they're going to approach a week-to-week basis. When we talked with Matt LaFleur this week, he said, I think we were thinking about how are we going to get over the NFC Championship hump, where that was the wrong focus. The right focus is how do we win the NFC North and take this on a week-by-week basis. And that's why they came out flat in week 1. They weren't mentally prepared, and they got beat physically. This tonight will give them the opportunity to reset those expectations and take it on a week-by-week basis.
Grease, you made the point, and it's accurate. Detroit came out and they were trading punches. And Dan Campbell and that really talented staff that has the respect of a lot of people in and around the game are not in the moral victory business, right? They don't want the shout to Inky Johnson. They don't want the pat on the butt and the cookie and say, nice job. That said, they competed in week 1 and did not quit and made it closer in the end than anyone would have thought. And they, again, trade punches for half in Lambeau. What, as they build, do they take from this and say that's part of what we hope to be?
Well, I think the way that they played in the first half was physical, and they ran the ball and they stopped the run. And if you don't do those things on both lines of scrimmage, I think you're going to give yourself a chance. And for Dan Campbell, that's what he's trying to build on. Now, they cannot afford to drop a snap. They cannot afford to go for it on 4th down and not get it in the red zone. Those are things, those small things that this team is not capable of overcoming because they don't have the same talent as a lot of the teams across the league. That's what they have to fix.
Yeah, I think what Dan tells his team is this is what we're talking about when we're talking about building a culture of not quitting, a culture of resilience, a culture of fortitude, a culture of not looking at the scoreboard no matter what, no matter if you're up 3 touchdowns, down 3 touchdowns. This is what it feels like, what it looks like. What he's telling his staff, what he's telling his front office is, okay, we still need more pieces. We need more explosive playmakers on the perimeter. We need to find some pass rushers on defense. We're building a program here. So we know where we have to go. We know it's going to be a long road, but we see in terms of the way we're setting this culture, how it will look once we are at full strength. And I think that is a reason for optimism internally. Now they just got to keep the locker room buying in and competing, Scott, just like they've been competing these first 2 weeks because, Greasy's right. They will give any team a run for the money. It's just a matter of whether they can sustain it for 60 minutes.
Patience in the process. It's a tough bottom line league, as we well know. Always fun on Monday Night Football. The light's never brighter than when the game is in Dallas. That's where we will be next week. Look forward to catching up after the Eagles and the Cowboys then. Have a great week and travel well. All right, thanks, man.
Scotty, just so you know, Lisa Salter's still down there in the end zone looking for Aaron Jones' necklace.
We need an update on that because that's an important one. Hey, listen, I wear a chain that was my dad's too, so I can understand that. We got to locate that. I'm sure they'll find it. Thank you, fellas.
Absolutely. You got it.
All right. NFC North standings. It was a significant win for the Packers for a lot of different reasons. They find themselves now tied at 1s. 1 win, 1 loss. Bears visit Cleveland next week. The Packers, that big Sunday nighter against San Francisco, who is unbeaten. All right, as a wise man once said, we have only just begun. Still to come on SportsCenter from Washington, D.C. Reaction from Dan Campbell and Matt LaFleur, the coaches in this one, as they make their way now to the podium. Ryan Clark's breakdown of the adjustments Aaron Rodgers made as they got the grease hot in the second half. The beats, they were bad, including a guest appearance by Frankie the Friar, who's one angry Muppet. SportsCenter from D.C. after the break.
Thanks for watching Monday Night Postgame, presented by Abbott. Abbott, life to the fullest.